Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in our previous video, we talked about the first and second application of dimension. In today's video, we'll be looking at the third application of dimension. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Thank you. Now, before you watch this video, please do well to watch part 1 and part 2, so you'll be able to understand part 3, which is the third application of dimension. Now let's look at this question. Number 1, the value of x, y, and z respectively in the expression of m raised to the power of x, l raised to the power of y, and t raised to the power of z for a universal gravitational constant G are. Now, solution. Question number 1. What is the formula for gravitational constant G? It is given as G m1 m2 all over r squared. We say G is equal to f r squared all over what? M1 m2. So we have made our G subject formula, which is the gravitational constant. Now the next thing we do, we find the value of x, y, and z when we are having MLT. So let's solve for this guy, and we'll have MLT minus 2. Remember, that's the dimension of force times L squared, radius. So it's measured in meter, which is L squared, divided by M squared. So we'll have M1 minus 2, we collect like them, we move M up here, which has 2. So this division is going to make it minus, times L1 plus 2. We have L1 here. So we are going to move this L2 down here. Multiplication will make it plus, times T minus 2. You see that we are using this format MLT, which is the right format for dimension. So we can't use anything less than that format. If not, everything we are going to be doing is wrong. So this is the allowed format to use in dimensional analysis, where we have the mass, less, and what time accordingly. So therefore, from here, I'll be having M minus 1, L3, T minus 2. So therefore, my x is equal to minus 1, my y is equal to 3, which are this power here, and my z is equal to what? Minus 2. So that is the value for x, y, and z in this problem. So that's for question number 1. The answer will be x is equal to minus 1, y is equal to 3, and z is equal to what? Minus 2. So you have gotten the correct value for x, y, and z in gravitational constant. Now, after solving question number 1, let's move in solving question number 2. Now, question number 1 was cheap a little, but question number 2 is kind of tricky, but still simple to solve. Now, anytime you're given the third application of dimension, you need to form an equation which will help you solve this problem. Now, let me read the question. And we have the force keeping an object in a circular path depends on the mass, velocity, and distance from the center according to the relation F is directly proportional to M A V B R C. Now they already formed the equations for us here. What are the value of A, B, and C? So that's the constant we'll be looking for, the value of A, B, and C. Now, since they have formed the equation for us, it will be easier for us to solve. But in a situation where they don't form the equation for you, just know that when the force is depending on the mass or any quantity that was here, mass, velocity, and distance. Let me say for some of them, might have density, acceleration due to gravity, and surface tension. Once the force is depending on these three quantity, you're going to be making the F is directly proportional to the three quantity. That's the first thing you do, just as I'm doing here. So that's R, not L. So therefore, we have A, B, and C. So having this as equation 1, therefore my force will be equal to K, M, A, V, B, and R, C. So that's the constant A, B, and C. Now to remove the sign of proportionality, introduce a constant K. This K is dimensionless. It doesn't affect our calculation. Some people might decide to use 4. Some people might decide to use pi. Whatever you decide to use is fine. But it will not affect our calculation. So therefore, the next thing you do after this, you introduce the dimension of M, V, and R. So therefore, my F will be equal to K, capital letter M, A, dot L, T minus 1. That's the dimension of what? Velocity, according to this our question here. So we put B outside, dot my arrow, the dimensional letter is what? L. We have C. So therefore, we'll have F is equal to, the next thing we do here, we open brackets, K, M, A, dot, let's open the bracket of this velocity here. We'll be having LB T minus B dot LC. I believe you understand how we open this bracket. L here times B will give us LB. T minus 1 times B will give us T minus B. So therefore, we'll be having F is equal to, the next thing we do is what? We collect like term. We collect like term. So we'll be having K, M, A, L, B plus C. See the like term here. This dot means multiplication. So multiplication, the indices plus. So we carry anywhere we see L, we bring it together. So B plus C dot T minus B. So therefore my F will be equal to what? K M A dot L B plus C dot T minus B. So from here, we are done solving for the right hand side. So let's solve for the left hand side so that we can compare and have our value of A, B, and C. How are we going to do that? Remember that the dimension of force is what? M, L, T minus 2 is equal to, let's neglect this K for now and keep it one place. M, A dot L, B plus C dot T minus B. So therefore, I'll compare both sides. Comparing the right hand side, compare both sides. And the left hand side, we'll be removing the equations. So therefore, our M1, there's one here, is equal to M A. You see, we are comparing all the M to all the M here. So this will cancel this, and we'll be having A is equal to 1. We have gotten for A. The next thing we are going to be comparing is L1 is equal to what? LB plus C. So L will cancel L, will bring the power down, and we'll be having what? 1 is equal to B plus C. We have two unknown there, so we can't solve for this. We keep it one place. So let's solve for the last one. T minus 2 is equal to, what was here? T raised to power minus B. T minus B. This will cancel this, so therefore we'll be having minus 2 is equal to minus B. Minus will cancel minus. My B is equal to 2. That's how I've gotten my B. So I've gotten B. I remember that I've not gotten C because of there are two unknown. So I'll come back to C. I'll be like, therefore, 1 is equal to b plus c, equation hash. Now, wherever I see b, I'll put 2. 1 is equal to 2 plus c. I'm looking for just c, so my c will be equal to 1 minus 2 will give us minus 1. So I've gotten my c. Therefore, my c is equal to minus 1. So therefore, we can summarize this by saying that a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2, and c is equal to minus 1. So that's the value for a, b, and c. Let's look at another question. The period of oscillation of a simple pendulum depends on the mass, length, and acceleration due to gravity according to the relation T is directly proportional to mx, ly, and gz. What is the value of x, y, and z? Just like the previous one I solved, this is a typical example of the previous one. But remember, the former one, the constant was a, b, and c. But this one constant is x, y, and z. We are still going to use the same method. So if you didn't understand the number 2 I solved, you're going to probably understand this number 3. So let's look at step-by-step way to solve number 3. Number 3. My t is directly proportional to mx, ly, gz. Now, just as the former method, or just as the former question we solved, let's dive in. So my t, I'll remove the sign of proportionality, be equal to, let me use 6 mx, ly, gz, equation 1, equation 2. So from here, I'm going to introduce the dimensional letter. T is equal to 6, capital letter M, bracket open and close, x, dot L, y, dot LT minus 2, z. Recall that this is acceleration due to gravity. And if you check my other video, you'll see that I solve the dimension of acceleration. So if you have not watched it, go and watch the part 1 and the part 2 of dimensional analysis. So from here, I'll call this equation 3, and I'll be like, T is equal to, let me open the bracket, 6 mx dot ly dot lt minus 2. This will be z, and this will be what? Minus 2z. That means L times z is z, Lz. T minus 2 times z is t minus 2, equation 4. So I'm going to be neglecting this 6 because it's dimensionless. I'll be having t is equal to, let me bring this guy down, 6m dot L z, y plus z dot t minus 2z. And what I simply did is I collected like terms. So if I collect like terms, this is how I arrange it. X is here. So from here, I'll be having t m x dot L y plus z dot t minus 2z. Now I need to compare the right hand side and the left hand side. And before I do that, I'll be introducing MLT. Note that if you don't have a quantity that have the value of MLT, just like this one here, we are having period, which is T. What are you going to do? You use your indices sense, where we say M not L not T1. Recall that anything raised to power 0 is 1. So if I say M0, L0, T1 is the same thing as saying T. I believe you understand that. So therefore, I'll be having M x dot ly plus z dot t minus 2z. So from here, I'll be comparing both sides. So my m naught is equal to mx. M will cancel m. So what will be my x? My x is equal to 0. Now let's do the same thing for L. My L naught is equal to Ly plus Z. L will cancel L. 0 is equal to y plus z. Now I'm going to start this unknown because there are two unknown letters here. So we can't solve two unknown letters except we have the value of y or we have the value of z. Then we look for any of the letters. So from here, I'll bring down t1 is equal to t minus 2z. T will cancel t. My 1 will be equal to what? Minus 2z. My z alone is equal to minus 1 all over 2. How do I get this? I divide through by minus 2 minus 2, and I'll have z is equal to minus half. Now getting this, I've gotten x, I've gotten z, I've not gotten y. So I'll come here and substitute the value of z so that I'll get y. So my 0 is equal to y plus z star. 0 alone will equal to what? Y plus bracket open minus half. I'm substituting z here. So my 0 alone will be equal to what? Y minus half. So my 0 alone is equal to what? Y minus half. And I'll have y alone is equal to half. And I cross the minus sign to the equality, I'll be having what? Half. So therefore, I've gotten the value of x, y, and z.